It was close there to start this game, but the New York Knicks pulled it out, and this was a massive, massive victory for the squad. When I tell you massive, it was massive. We're starting to get late here, and the Bucks are reeling, and the New York Knicks had to take advantage. And the Knicks send the Bucks on the way to their fourth straight loss in Milwaukee. Jalen freaking Brunson, I mean, simply outplayed Damian Lillard all game long. He was simply incredible in this game. 43 points, 8 assists. Brunson, just an all in all, a must-win game for the New York Knicks. And they came out and they got the job done. They came out and they got the job done. That's all you can ask for from this team. Brunson with an absolutely incredible game. 17 first quarter points, simply cooking the Bucks. Bucks didn't have an answer for Jalen Brunson. And look, man, this guy he's one of the best Knicks since who? I mean, Ewing, I would say. He's amazing. I mean, your daily reminder that Jalen Brunson is amazing. I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys that. Jalen Brunson is freaking awesome. And that's why I said, as long as we have number 11 on the squad, there's still a shot. There's still a shot. There's still a shot. But all in all, this was an amazing win for the Knicks. Look, Bucks are playing. You go into an opponent's home, you take advantage of their situation, and you come out with a victory. You get it done. All in all, that's what we needed to do, right? And we got it done. We got it done. PR in the chat, what's going on? Let's go Knicks. Huge win. S550. The Knicks got to stop stressing me out. Yeah, man, it was close there in the beginning of the game, but third quarter, fourth quarter, we really shut the door shut. And Bogdanovich. I mean, we'll talk about Bogdanovich too. I mean, last game versus the Bulls, was a stinker, but Bogdanovich has shown us a little bit here, like a little bit of scoring punch. And that's exactly what we need him for. These non-Jalen Brunson minutes, when Brunson is on the bench, right? We need someone to score in spurts. Bogdanovich has been doing it now. I mean, this past week, he's looked better. He's looked way better. And McBride is still playing absolutely crazy. So, yeah. Big Taz, Doc Rivers is the player of the game. I tweeted out a photo of Doc Rivers kind of leaning over, like hunching over, kind of upset. But look, that's a messy situation. But this is why it was like the East was so wide open. This is what frustrated me with the Randall injury. The East is just Boston at the top, and then that's it. But Nick showed you tonight that, you know, with Anunoby, with Brunson, look, Brunson's not going to score 43. Brunson against the Bucks this season, by the way, what is he averaging? Above 30? He kills the Bucks. He cooks the Bucks. It's like he takes the Dame matchup seriously. Brunson against the Bucks absolutely kills him. Mitchell Robinson tonight, I thought, really, he's starting to get it, right? He's starting to get his feet up back underneath him, right? He's starting to, you know, it has taken him some time, but we're starting to see the old Big Mitch come back. Had some big blocks in this game, some big momentum swings too. Blocked Giannis on a play and was blocking everything that leading to fast break points, and offensive rebounding was there for Mitch Robinson too. OG Anunoby, I thought OG Anunoby, his offense hasn't been there, and I think he's still shooting short. Like his shots are still short, but I think first half versus Giannis was tough for OG. Second half, he picked it up. He really picked it up. So OG Anunoby with a good game. And look, man, this one is a huge win. I'll pull up the standings in a bit, but the Magic won. The Pacers beat the Heat, so I think the Knicks Magic number is now 2, right? If I'm not mistaken. So any combination of the Heat losses and the Knicks wins that equate to 2, we lock up a top 6 seed in the Eastern Conference. Let's go. S550, Knicks versus the refs. Let me tell you, man, it was a few plays in the first half. I mean, look, every night, right? It seems like every night. It's crazy at this point. Lynette, what's going on? I was looking for this channel. I cannot even believe it. Yay, incredible. It's not It's not even the word. Yeah, this is an incredible win, Lynette. Appreciate you hopping in here. This is an incredible win because I'll pull up the standings in a bit. And it's getting, I mean, we're going to finish anywhere between 3 and 5, in my opinion. And now we're a game behind Milwaukee, really 2 games because they own the tiebreaker, I believe. So, and Orlando's a 3 seed right now. Knicks are number 4. Season end of today, it'll be Knicks Cavs. And I know a lot of people would say that's food. I would love that matchup, that first round matchup. But yeah, this is a huge win. Huge win. Victor, what's going on? What a game. We needed it. For sure, Victor. We needed this one. Big task. Oh, Bojan was. Look, if Bogdanovic can provide us 15 points off the bench, sniper, 15 points off the bench, hitting his open threes, trying enough on defense, that it doesn't get him pulled. But my theory was correct. Remember last game, Hart got ejected. So we had to see Alec Burke minutes. Tonight, fully healthy squad, right? Hart played the whole game. No Alec Burks. Deuce McBride took Alec Burks' slot in the rotation, and as he should have. McBride has been on a heater. I mean, all season long, he's hitting his open threes. I mean, Deuce McBride is a big part of what we're trying to do. And no more Alec Burks. So I think that's going to be the rotation now. And it's working. Burks hasn't been playing well, and Deuce just slides in that spot. And I love it. This was, all in all, a great win. Ortiz, bro, that game was crazy. At the beginning, the refs were killing us, but then Brunson started to sweet talk the refs. Yeah, beginning of the game, it was. I think the Knicks and Bucks, the free throw disparity was 10. I think the Bucks had 21 free throw attempts compared to the Knicks 10. Like, it was some crazy disparity. And again, I mean, what more can you do? I mean, there was some questionable calls, but I'm not going to complain about the refs tonight as long as we won the game. We won the game, and that's all that matters. Referees have been crap all season long, but Brunson, I mean, MVP, man. Top 5 in MVP should be, in my opinion. He's the best point guard. Who's the best point guard in the East? Jalen Brunson. Who's the best point guard in the West? People are still going to say Shy, but he's hurt right now. So Jalen Brunson is top 2, but he's not number 2. I'll just leave it at that. Great defensive game from OG. Offense will come. You can tell he's still getting back in game shape. Yeah, Knicks are starting to, they're limiting his minutes, and great defensive game in the second half. First half, Giannis is going to get his points. First half, he was getting wherever on the court he was getting to. And Knicks made adjustments. Second quarter, third quarter of boom. Knicks, they came out hot. They came out ready to play, and that's what we want to see. A Knicks team that's ready to play, coming out the second half, hitting on all cylinders, right? And Bogdanovic, man, huge part of what we did tonight. Bogdanovic finished with 15 points, and yeah, 17 minutes, 15 points. You signed me up for that, right? I'll take that any day of the week. Any day of the week. Tony, what's going on? Big win. Let's go, Knicks. Tony, what's going on? Dame, what's going on? Appreciate you hopping in here. Yes, Brunson finally got some respect. It's about damn time, man. Brunson has gotten the crappy end of the stick all season long. 9 of 11 from the free throw line. 43 points. Carrying us in that first half. Third quarter was really a team effort. And Brunson, man, 43. Dropped 61 a couple of weeks ago. This is why I told everyone, just as long as we got number 11, we have a shot. We can win a round in the playoffs. This dude is a problem in a good way. He's a problem. He's a problem from defenders. You see it. His passing has what really, like, he's going to score. We know Brunson is going to score. But what really has impressed me this year is his passing, right? His assist numbers are way up. 8 assists tonight. If he can combat his scoring with his passing, and you have a center who's willing to, pass the rock as well. Hartenstein will only 1 assist tonight, but last game, what did he have? 9 assists. That's as long as the Knicks are moving the ball and you still have Jalen Brunson, doing his thing, cooking defenders, and OG Anunoby, like Chris said in the chat, his offense will come 2 of 10 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3. His shots are short. So, but he's still providing you defense, still providing you defense, which we needed there in the second half. And great performance, man. Alex is Dame Flopper. Dame Flopper, man. The Dame. The guy who started above Jalen Brunson in the All-Star game. Let's not forget that, right? He started above Jalen Brunson in the All-Star game. 23 points, 4 of 11, 1 of 7 from 3. Bad game out of Dame. Bad. On a game where Giannis still gave you 28, 8, and 15 on a pretty efficient night, Knicks win 122 to 109. And look, Middleton got knocked out in the first half. I think Dante knocked out his tooth or something like that. But hey, you take it and run with it. I mean, look at these standings. Look at these freaking standings. It's getting tight, man. It's getting tight. Where are the standings? Why aren't the standings popping up? NBA standings. Here we go. 4 games remain, right? 4 games remain. 4-5 matchup on April 7th is the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers, with the New York Knicks having home court advantage. Give me that any day of the week. Mitchell isn't healthy. Cavs are food. The Brights were too light last year. But like I said, this is going to flip-flop these next 4 games. Orlando has the Bucks twice. Knicks have they got Boston, but they got the Bulls twice. At Chicago again. Indiana's starting to win 7-3 in their last 10. This will flip-flop. Maybe Indiana jumps Cleveland and the Knicks get this will flip-flop. But right now, Knicks, Cavs, first round matchup. And we're 3 games in the loss column from the play-in tournament. So it's looking like the New York Knicks have, knock on wood, they're going to avoid the play-in tournament. I believe the magic number is 2. Want to avoid the play-in tournament, and tonight, which is what makes tonight a massive, massive victory for the squad. S550, the big ragu cooking in the fourth quarter was huge, and Bogey doing what we traded him to do. So I saw Dante, these past couple of games, he's been going after it with fans in the court side, right? Last game, he told a fan to pretty much shut up. And tonight I saw him going back and forth with fans. But yeah, Dante against his former team, lighting them up in the fourth quarter. And again, compliments Brunson well. If he's been doing that all season, right? And tonight was a good team effort. And a night where first half we were searching for that second score, right? It was all Brunson in that first half. All Brunson. Everyone wasn't really getting it going. And then third quarter, boom. Fourth quarter, boom. And I'm not too concerned about the Anunoby struggling. It is his shooting elbow. So I'm not concerned about that. But, he's providing us his defense. And he was awesome in the second half against Giannis. He was awesome. Who else can stop Giannis one-on-one on fast break? Exactly what OG was brought in for and did for the most part of tonight. Amazing game for Hart as well, knocking down those damn floaters at a high clip. The whole Knicks team was a plus. Yeah, I mean, the Bucks. Look, man, the Bucks. I don't know what's going on with the Bucks. I mean, nor that do I care, right? I mean, 1 game in the loss column from the 2 seed. Really 2 because they own the tiebreaker. But from what the New York Knicks from what they have gone through this season, adversity, injuries, you name it. For them to be, I know the East has been kind of wonky this year, but for them to be right there fighting for that 3rd, maybe 2nd seed is incredible. It's an incredible accomplishment, right? Incredible. And for them to get it's shaping up for them to get an easy first round match. Not easy, but a winnable first round matchup, right? Because you mean to tell me if the Knicks were facing Orlando, who would be favored in that series? The Knicks. If the Knicks were facing the Cavs, who would be favored in that series? The Knicks. If it was Indiana, who do you think will be favored? I think it's the Knicks. Now, am I being biased? No, but we can win any of those 3 matchups in a 7-game series, especially if we get home court. Orlando, I'm not concerned about the home court because Knicks Nation travels to Orlando. That will be half Knicks fans in Orlando. And yeah, so stay the course. Keep on, finish the season strong, continuing to win these games. Get some revenge on Chicago, right? You need some revenge on Chicago. And then we go from there. But right now, if you look at this bunch, this East bunched up together, like I said, it's got to keep flip-flopping. But I do think the Knicks will end up with a winnable first-round matchup. Not saying they will. I'm just saying a winnable first-round matchup. Jay, what's going on? Missed the game. Just a quick recap, Jay. Knicks won. Brunson is amazing. Devo was hitting his shots. OG blocked down defense in the second half. Bogdanovic played well off the bench. Hartenstein, his floaters are like automatic, and he has a high arc in them too. It's not like, they're on a beeline. His floaters are just simply automatic. Who am I missing? Deuce. Dante got into foul trouble early on in the game. Deuce came in, stepped right in, and just continuing his great season for Deuce McBride. What he has done this season has done wonders for the squad, and he's a huge part as to why we're fighting for that 3rd seed. Deuce, 18 minutes, 8 points, 3 steals, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. If you weren't watching the game, you'll look at the box score and be like, oh, he had an okay game. No. If you watch the game, those 18 minutes were impactful for Deuce. Hit down some big shots, timely shots to go along with his 3 steals. OG, 4 steals tonight. 4 steals for OG Anunoby tonight. Hey, man, as long as we can keep him healthy, as long as his elbow, 2 of 10, his shots look kind of flat. You could tell his elbow's still bothering him a little bit, but as long as he's giving you that, 4 steals, 2 blocks, great defense on Giannis. Sign me up, man. Sign me the heck up. S550 says we better run through the Bulls on Tuesday. We got to, man. We got to seek some revenge. 4 games remaining. That's it. That's crazy, right? 4 games remaining. 4 games remaining. At Chicago, at Boston, and then we come home for the final 2 games. So at Chicago, at Boston. Boston's been resting guys here and there. Tatum, Brown, they taking turns. Porzingis. So it's still going to be tough, though. I'm sure they're still going to put out like maybe a B unit lineup. So, and then the last 2 games we should win. We should win, honestly, 3 out of the last 4 games. Give me Chicago, win. Boston is a toss-up. Versus Brooklyn, that should be a dub. And then versus Chicago, that should be a dub too. So give me 3-1 in our last 4. And then you're possibly looking at a 3-4 seed. And then it depends on whoever loses and wins from then. Like I said, I think Orlando's in front of us. So let me just look at their schedule really quick. At Houston, at Milwaukee, at Philly versus Milwaukee. So that's tough. That's a tough 4-game to close the season. Those are tough 4 games for Orlando Magic. Now, they're still a good team, but that's tough. And then Cleveland's reeling. So it's going to flip-flop from now until the end of the season, right? But yes, that's 550. We better run through the Bulls on Tuesday because we need to seek some revenge. PR says, don't forget Josh Hart, clutch baskets and board as always. Yeah, Josh Hart tonight after getting ejected, that's crazy ejection last game. Rebounds and assists, and he actually hit a 3 tonight. He's been dealing with a kind of a sprained wrist. I think it's his off shooting hand, his sprained left wrist. We saw him grabbing at it in tonight's game. But 37 minutes, 7 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds. He's doing Josh Hart things. He's doing what he's been doing all season long. And when he's playing like that, distributing the ball, leading the team in assists, alongside Brunson right behind him, great. And Nobody on the Knicks played over 40 minutes. The highest was Brunson with 39 minutes. And, I mean, like I said, Jalen Brunson is him. MVP Brunson. I mean, he has worked his way up the MVP ladder. He's not going to win it. It's going to go to Jokic. Right? But the way this dude has been playing, I mean, how can you not put him in a top 3, top 4 MVP? You know, how could you not? He's got to get all NBA. Should have started in the All-Star game. And the world is gonna see what he does again in the playoffs. Don't forget, Dallas, he was a problem in the playoffs last year. Awesome. I mean, incredible. And this year, I fully expect him to do the same thing. So, Jalen Brunson, incredible player, man. Incredible game. Best Knick since, I would say he's the best Knick since Ewing. I would say he's the best Knick since Patrick Ewing. He's that great. Alberto, salute my Knicks family. Salute Alberto. Appreciate you hopping in here, man. Big Knicks victory, 122-109 versus the Bucks. Gave the Bucks their fourth straight L. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. Bucks are reeling. The Knicks took advantage. Went into Milwaukee. Tough place to play. Shut down Giannis pretty much in the second half. Anunoby did a great job. And we got the dub. That's all you can ask for. Evan, what's going on, man? Appreciate you hopping in here. Yes, Knicks played like it was the conference. Tonight was a good scrappy win. Tonight was a good scrappy win because look, Bucks are they've locked up a playoff seed. It's just whether they finish 2 or 3. They've locked up an NBA playoff seed already. And you mean to tell me they can't be beat in a 7-game series? I mean, they could be. They've been losing to Toronto, I think. I mean, they're losing to bad teams. They're a mess. And the Knicks went in there and took advantage of their situation. And right now we have the magic number down to 2, I believe. And well on our way to locking up a top 6 seed. And it's just a matter of who we play in the first round. As you know, I'm doing the post game tonight. The podcast will be tomorrow at 9:30. So we're doing a podcast tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. So kind of just wanted to let you guys know that. I hope you guys can join us for the podcast tomorrow. Then we're going to go over all of the matchups that we think will happen, who the Knicks will match up best with, Jalen Brunson's play. Precious Achiuwa has been kind of 5 minutes tonight. He's been playing bad lately. 5 minutes tonight, and Burks is no more. Alec Burks is no more. Now that OG Anunoby's back, McBride is coming in off the bench and filling that Alec Burks role. And it's pretty much a break glass in case of emergency. And look, we even saw a lineup in the fourth quarter. I think it was Brunson, Devo, Anunoby, Bogdanovich, and Mitchell Robinson. So Mitchell Robinson, look, like I said early on in the screen, Mitchell Robinson has started to play extremely well. And that lineup, really helped the Knicks build their lead in that third, fourth quarter. And it looked good. That lineup looked good. So we're expect to see more lineups like that, And if Bogdanovich is playing like that, sign me up, man. Sign me up. That's what we brought him in here for, right? Dane with the super chat. Appreciate you, Dane, man. Always in here supporting, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for bringing back the post-game streams. Brought back the post-game streams. I think I missed like the first 10, 15 games. And I was like, you know what? I missed the post-game streams. Let me hop on. And yeah, back doing the post-games. And I love it, man. Playoffs are soon. And this is exactly, why I love doing this. Everyone's support means a lot, man. It really does. And I love the Knicks, like all of you. And yeah, games nights like tonight, one step closer to lock up a top 6 seed. And I absolutely cannot wait for the playoffs because that's when things start to get crazy. And the content will start to come more and more during the NBA playoffs. Evan says, where do we stand? Right now we are so thank you, Dan, for the super chat. Evan says, where do we stand? We are number 4 right now. So it would be a 4-5 matchup against the Cavs. 4-5 matchup against Cavs. Jay says, I love Melo, but Brunson got him already. Yeah, man. I mean, look, I love Melo too, but Brunson is, look, man, best Knick since Ewing, in my opinion, man. Best Knicks since Ewing. So, Chico, what's going on? Yes, there a great W. Brunson, Dante, Hart, and OG played 38 minutes. I don't care if he was off, but it was good to see him get those minutes to get the rust off. Yeah, man. As long as OG Anunoby is doing what he does best on the defensive end, 4 steals tonight, played great defense against Giannis in that second half, 2 blocks. His shot is kind of flat right now. Like you said, he's kind of working through it, but I feel like hopefully it would have come. Normally he's knocking down those open threes, right? In a night where he was 0 of 5 and 2 of 10 from the field, we still managed to put up 122 points. Now, Brunson, 43 points was a huge part of that, but Dante, 26, expect that from him. 8 of 11 from 3 from Dante. Crazy. But yeah, it's just good to see OG on the court. Dame says, see you at the Garden. Yes, sir. Can't wait. Jay, you live in Miami, bro. Got to do an NYC link up during the playoffs. Yeah, man. Last year I was outside, doing fan interviews and interacting with everyone. So this year I will be doing the same thing. And yeah, I'll be out there in NYC. Hopefully can get a good game, good matchup. And, can't wait to meet some of you guys. And yeah, cannot wait because look, man, even though we got the random news a couple of days ago, I know it was a stinker, but I want to feel like optimistic still. I want to bring some positivity to you guys because I feel like I said, Orlando, Indiana, Cleveland, you mean to tell me we wouldn't be favored in each one of those matchups? I personally think we would. It'll be a dogfight. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. But first round, especially if you have home court against those teams, sign me up for that. And then the second round, you never know. You never know, right? Who you get matched up with, who gets hurt. You never know. It's just the excitement of the playoffs, being back in the city for 2 straight seasons. It's crazy. It's crazy how the city gets. But yeah. Dame says Blockness Monster was in full effect. Look. Mitch, 19 minutes, 3 blocks, 6 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds. Mind you, he's doing this in a new role, right? Normally he's starting. So he's learning a new role while doing this. So he's still working himself back from his injury. Now he has to come off the bench. And we're starting to see signs, man. We're starting to see signs of Mitch get confident again. He's playing back-to-backs. He played the previous back-to-back. That's a great sign for his health. We're starting to see Big Mitch, and this is why it was important for the Knicks to play him. This is why it was important for him to come back and get these games underneath his belt. And Anunoby too. Get the rust, shake the rust off, right? So when we hit the playoffs, these guys can be kind of back. And don't forget, season ends. Let's say we are going to lock up a top 6 seed. You still got kind of like a week after that because then it's the play-in tournament for like 4 days, so you can rest up until the playoffs start. So big game for Mitch, big game for everyone. Brunson, amazing game. And look, man, we getting there. Magic number is 2, I believe. We getting there. So we getting there. Chico says exactly, but his defense and presence was huge. Absolutely. Mike, what's going on, Mike? Crazy. Even if OG doesn't do too much offensively, he'll check the other team's best wing player, so his impact is infinite. That's the beauty of OG Anunoby. I mean, the thing about OG is health, right? His main issue has been health throughout his career. Little injuries here, another injury there. It's been kind of, up and down in his career with health. He's back now. That's all that matters. And like you said, even though he's not scoring, he's still contributing in other ways. And the Knicks missed that desperately. He can guard a Giannis like he did in the second half. Giannis still got a lot of points, but he made an impact. Just having his body out there, 4 steals tonight, 2 blocks. Impact. Guarding, let's say we match up against Orlando in the first round. Okay, OG, go guard Paolo. Stick him on Paolo. Let's say we match up against Indiana. He'll probably guard. He's not gonna guard Halliburton. Probably guard. The guy from Toronto who they just acquired. His name is blanking me, but he'll stick him on him. So, yeah, I mean, it's just great to have OG on the court, back on the court, and healthy. So, like I said, even though his scoring isn't there, it'll come. It'll come. Jay, even if we aren't favored, it puts a chip on our players' shoulders, which is better. To be honest, Cleveland, we definitely are not. We're not favored and cooked them. Exactly. And Brunson at the end of the game said, we low-key hate each other, and that's what makes us so great. I love it, man. I love this team's mentality. This whole season, fighting through adversity, fighting through the injuries, fighting through, Chris Pascal Siakam. There we go. His name was blanked me there for a second. But yeah, fighting through. I mean, this team, it shows no quit, shows no fight. Look, the game versus Chicago was a stinker. It was. Don't want to make excuses. Back-to-back, Hart got ejected. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, they had guys, Javonte Green, go off. It happens. It's the NBA. But tonight was a big bounce-back win for the squad. Big bounce-back win for the squad. And all in all, I really do think we're going to get this third seed. I really do. I really do. Something's telling me we're going to get the third seed, and then we're either going to get matched up with, I don't know, and Philly's right there, right? Fighting for that 7-6. So you would play the 3, would play the 6. So I don't know. But something's telling me we will get the third seed, but this it's fluent, man. This whole Eastern Conference is going to change daily, and it has been changing. It's also good to see Josh Hart attempting shots instead of always passing. Yeah, he actually hit a 3 tonight, and I was like, okay, Josh, but he even came out and said that his wrist has been bothering him. That's why he hasn't been shooting. I wish he would have, kept that information on the low. So now opponents kind of sag off of him and know that he wants to kind of roam and get everyone else involved. And look, they already know that he wants to roam and get everyone else involved, and he's still playing well consistently. So maybe the Bulls game was kind of a blessing in disguise for Josh. Kind of gave him, another quote-unquote game off and kind of rested up. And look, he's been absolutely incredible for us, and he's going to be a huge part for our success in the playoffs. I mean, look, against the Cavs last year, you guys remember game 1, right? Josh Hart, huge 3 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And he's a big part of that as to why we went up big 1-0. So he's been awesome. And look, this team complements each other really well. John, what's going on? Mitch getting back at it slowly, but coming along just in time for the playoffs. Yes, John. Yeah, we've been talking about it. Mitch starting to come along, started to get his feet back underneath him. I mean, it's going to take him some time. It's going to take him some time. It usually has taken Mitchell Robinson some time to get, back into the groove of things. And we saw bouncy Mitch tonight. And boy, oh boy, if we can get that, if we can even get 80, 90% Mitch, sign me up for that, because, again, this is a new role for Mitchell Robinson, coming in off the bench and playing with a whole, pretty much a different team. I know we saw, like I said, the lineup of Brunson, Devo, Bogdanovich, Mitch, and Anunoby, and expect that lineup to, I really think we're going to start, if Bogey is playing like this, he's going to get more playing time, as he should. I mean, him and McBride are really our 2 scoring threats off the bench, right? Staggered in with DiVincenzo and Anunoby. Of course, they're going to be staggered in with them. But off the bench, now that Burks has kind of, he's no longer in the picture, it's McBride and Bogdanovich. So, and Bogdanovich has started to turn the corner here, and absolutely, he's played well. He's played well. So credit to Bogdanovich, because this is the Bogdanovich we traded for. It's about time, right? I mean, the Bulls game was kind of a hiccup. Back-to-back, fluky game. Look, I don't want to throw that game out the window, but even the 2 games before that, Bogdanovich has started to show us more and more. And I love it. He was questionable coming into tonight, too. So he's dealing with some stuff, too. Lynette, no excuses accepted for anything except a solid win Tuesday against the Chicago Bulls. Got to get it done. I mean, this fluky schedule at Chicago, at Milwaukee, and then at Chicago again, and then at Boston. Fluky schedule, but like you said, revenge. Get some revenge, Get it back. Get this game back. You know, they punked us. Not gonna lie to you, they punked us. But get it back. Got a day off here to rest up. Like you said, get it back. Bucks have to play Boston, OKC, and the Magic twice to close out the season. We might be able to get the 2 seed. Yeah, but let me pull up the standings again. We're 1 game behind Milwaukee, but don't forget they own the tiebreaker. So it's really 2. But it's doable. It's doable. Let's say we go on like I said, win 3 out of our last 4, and the Bucks, they lose out. And the Magic, we just have to, if they lose out, that means they lost to the Magic twice, right? So 2-3. I mean, I do think we'll finish 3, like right where we're at right now. But like you said, Bucks have a tough schedule, and they've been reeling. But this is fluent. This is an ongoing. I mean, every day this changes, really. But right now, the Knicks would have home court advantage in the first round against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Knicks fans love that. Give me Cleveland, give me Indiana, and give me Orlando. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but give me any of those 3 teams in the first round, and I love our chances to advance to the second round. Like I said, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but any of those 3 teams I would take. Let's get to the second seed. No more losses. Mitch Robinson gives us above the rim ability. CM, man, yeah. Chris, Boston should rest their starters the next few games. They should, but they've been kind of staggering them. Like, it's either Tatum's a day off, Brown's a day off, Porzingis is a day off. Maybe the last 2 they rest them. We have Boston coming up. Maybe the last 2 they just rest everybody because they've locked up. I mean, they're done. I mean, they've locked up everything. So, yeah, hopefully they do. But we'll see. Alejandro, 3rd seed, OG and Mitch getting their timing and rhythm back. OG's offense will be here by the playoffs. Knicks against the Pacers or Cavs in the first round. Let's go, Knicks. Appreciate you in here, Alejandro. Yeah, look, 3rd seed is right there. 4th seed, we are in the 4th seed right now. OG and Mitch is, like perfectly said, Mitch is starting to get his timing back. And we saw it tonight blocking a ton of shots. He even blocked Giannis. Mitchell Robinson doing what he does best, blocking shots, causing havoc on the offensive glass, and just causing havoc down low, and getting us those loose balls and those extra possessions. So yeah, Mitch is starting to get his timing back. OG's, look, it'll come for OG. I think, now if we lock up a top 6 seed, I don't know do you guys think if the Knicks will rest anybody if they lock up a top 6 seed? Like if they'll rest maybe like a Hart. It's kind of like what the Celtics are doing. Like like these last 4 games, maybe the last 2 games they'll rest like Brunson or like Anunoby. But I don't know. Like maybe they go into the locker room and say, no, we want to win this game because we want to face this team. But I think the last game of the season, I don't know. If we don't have anything to play for and if we kind of know our positioning, I don't think the Knicks will play anybody. But yeah, OG's offense will come. Big Taz, the Cavs and the Bucks are scared. Bucks, look, as long as they got Giannis, they're still a scary team. But Cavs, I'm not. I mean, the Cavs are, look, Donovan Mitchell isn't healthy. So you kind of want that matchup, right? Mitchell wasn't healthy, and what happened last year? What did Jared Allen say? The lights were too bright. The lights were too bright in MSG for Jared Allen. So, yeah, I would want the Cavs too. Like, I think that's food. Brunson against Donovan Mitchell, I don't think he's lost against him, right? He's owned them throughout his whole career. And I wouldn't mind that. And that's what you're getting right now. Knicks Cavs first round, a repeat of last year. That'll be fun, man. That'll be fun. Jabroni, what's going on? I think we run the table the rest of the way, 50 wins and the 3rd seed. Yeah, that's right. Four more wins and we get to 50 wins. And yeah, I do. We could run the table. The only game that I'm concerned about is the Boston game. But like I said, they'll probably be resting guys. So if we run the table and Orlando loses a game, then we get that 3rd seed, right? But it all depends on what Milwaukee does. They play Orlando twice. So it all depends on what happens in those 2 games. Our seeding will be determined in those two games, I think. The Magic play the Bucks twice, so keep an eye on those two games because I think our seeding will get determined in those whatever outcome happens in those games. So whether we move up, and then Cleveland, I know they're on a tough. Let's look at Cleveland's schedule. I know they were up by how much today, and they wound up losing to the Clippers. They only got 3 games left. So versus Memphis, versus they're home the last 3 games. So versus Memphis, versus Indiana, and versus Charlotte. Not too bad, I mean, easy for them. Again, except the Indiana game. So this is the last week of the season. It's crazy, right? Last week of the NBA season. And here we are sitting at the 4th seed, and we've gone through, a boatload of injuries, and we have an opportunity to move up. And I do think we'll move up. Big Tass says bright lights. Yeah, that's what Jared Allen said last year. The lights were too bright for them in Madison Square Garden. The lights were too bright for them, which is why, look, Knicks get the Cavs in the first round. Obviously, I'm going to pick the Knicks. Maybe gentleman sweep, right? Give the Cavs a game. I just feel like the Knicks will be a better team. Cleveland, their rally cry would probably be seek revenge, and we know what happened last year, and they'll probably make their adjustments. Look, they can get hot too, but I would pick the Knicks. Indiana, it'll be tough, but I would like my chances, especially if you have home court. And I actually would love that first round matchup. Knicks, Indiana, kind of bringing it back a little bit. Halliburton and MSG kind of embracing that villain role. I mean, remember last time he came into MSG, kind of did the choking thing. He's embracing the villain role. That would be a crazy first round matchup. And the Magic, like I said, MSG South. Again, MSG South is in Miami. MSG South is in Orlando. Knicks fan would travel. So home court or not, it's an inexperienced team. Still a good team. But, tonight's win was big, man. It was big because Miami won. Is Philly playing tonight or no? I don't think Philly's playing tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at Philly's schedule because they're right behind Indiana, right? And they can hop in the 6th seed too. They got versus Detroit, versus Orlando, and versus Brooklyn for the Philadelphia 76ers. So they can hop in the 6th seed. And let's say the Knicks get to the 3rd seed, right? Then it's Knicks Philly first round. So again, I'd rather Cleveland, Indiana, and Orlando rather than Knicks Philly first round, but it changes daily. Like it changes. So like I said, Orlando plays Milwaukee, and those 2 matchups will determine all in all where we finished. Jabroni says the only team I have a little fear of is Orlando. They have our number like we have the Cavs number. Yeah, I think they beat us. Yeah, they do, but they beat us with Anunoby too. But I don't think Brunson was playing in that game. But yeah, Banchero's going to cause some havoc. They got some crafty defenders on their team, but they can't shoot, right? The only thing is they can't shoot. So it's not going to be easy. But yeah, that'll be a fun matchup too. Smart TV, cheers, man. Cheers. Just going over this Knicks win, man. Big Knicks victory in Milwaukee, 122-109. Jalen Brunson, simply incredible. Going off, should be an MVP, top 5 MVP candidate. He's the top 2 point guard in the NBA, and he's not number 2. I'm just saying that. I'm saying it. Shai's hurt right now, so it's Jalen Brunson at the top. I'm saying it. John says Indy only played us when we were down. Guys haven't played us with OG. Yeah, Indy. Look, it'll be tough. Oh, Smart TV says Philly won. So yeah, Philly's on a 5-game winning streak, and they're a game behind Indiana. Not sure if they own that tiebreaker or not, but yeah, they got their last 3 games are easy too. So it's really our next 2 games. We're really gonna kind of get a sense of who we're gonna play. And that's when we can start breaking everything down. I'm sorry, but the Knicks made Doc Rivers quit. Oh man, let me pull the picture up that I tweeted on Knicks Nation. Okay, here's the Doc Rivers picture. This was him during the game. Hilarious, man. This is what they had Doc Rivers doing, hunching over, kind of going through everything, going through another loss. Team is playing like garbage, and that's what Doc Rivers doing on the sideline. Shout out to the squad, man. Shout out to the squad. The lights are going to be too bright for the Magic come postseason. Johnson, yeah, it's 550. Yeah, I mean, look, end of the day, it's going to be bright for everybody. But at the end, we know MSG is different come postseason. But like I said, it's not going to be easy, especially if we have, games like we had versus Chicago. Brunson, at the end of the day, he's not going to score 43, 44, 45 points a night. So we still need contributions from everyone else. And we just have to, hopefully these guys OG Anunoby can get it going offensively. But I thought tonight was a great defensive showing from OG. John says, I don't think we played the Magic with OG yet this season. I think we did. I think we did play him with OG, but no Brunson, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But something's telling me we played the Magic with OG because I remember him guarding Paolo. I think it was one of his first couple of weeks as a New York Knick. Could be wrong, though. You could be right. OG would be the key if we match up with Orlando. Yep. OG would be the key, and I think Mitch would be the key as well. We'll obviously go over all that tomorrow during the podcast. We'll talk about all these, we'll kind of get a sense tomorrow too. Obviously some more NBA games will be in action. Kind of go through it all. Precious' downfall. Burks is no longer in the rotation. And OG coming back and playing okay. John says, I think we could take Philly, beat them by 36 with OG, but without Randall now it'll be tough. I would rather play, obviously, any of those three teams rather than Philly because Embiid, I know Embiid hasn't shown up in a playoff series, right? In the playoffs, he doesn't really show up like that. So, yeah. But would you rather play an Orlando team or a Philly? I don't know. It's just I'd rather play, obviously, Orlando, Indiana, or Cleveland. But like they always say, be careful what you wish for, right? Chris says, crazy Doc looking crazy, not what he expected taking over a team with yeah, I mean, look, Bucks are reeling. Knicks get a big win. Huge win for the squad. Great win for the New York Knicks. On to Chicago again. Got to keep getting it done, man. Got to keep getting it done, and we will. And we'll let Magic numbers 2, right? Magic numbers 2. So any win, any combination of the Knicks win, Miami Heat losses, 6 seed, not locking up that top 6 seed is a wrap. And it's all in all a wrap now. I think the Knicks will lock up a top 6 seed at the end of the day, but that's what makes tonight's win a big game. Bulls coming up, and we have Boston, the Bulls again, and the Nets. So let's run the table. Our next 4 games, and let's get it done, man. Let's get it done. John says there's no Precious, no Burks. We will be fine. Ant, you're right. On the 15th of January, they lost to the Magic with OG, but with no Brunson. I knew we played the Magic with Anunoby and no Brunson. I didn't really know. It was the first couple of weeks when Anunoby got acquired. So yeah, I remember that game. That was tough. Orlando came in and kind of punked us. Jabroni says the lineup of Deuce, Dante, Bogey, OG, and Mitch did well. It hides Bogey on defense and has shooters all over the court, with the exception of Mitch. Yeah, I've talked about it. I love that lineup. In that third, fourth quarter, we saw that lineup in the fourth quarter, really. But yeah, kind of, like you said, it kind of hides Bogdanovich on the defensive end. You surround him with great defenders, which I've said prior to Anunoby coming back. I've said I want to see him with Anunoby and Mitch because it kind of will hide him a little bit. And it looked good. Especially if Bogdanovich can hit his shots. I love it, man. So great win for the squad. We will be back tomorrow doing a live podcast talking over everything. Hope to see you guys in there tomorrow at 9:30. And yeah, appreciate every single one of you. Subscribe to the channel as always. I'm out of here, man. Great Knicks victory. See y'all tomorrow at 9:30. We'll end it on CN's comment. Does Bogey play better with a pure? Does Bogdanovich play better with a pure point guard? Bogdanovich likes to handle the ball a little bit. But the Knicks have kind of staggered him without Brunson. They kind of obviously they want to give Brunson some time off to rest. But I wouldn't say that. But we've seen some good things out of Bogdanovich. But all right, this was fun. Be back tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys hop in there. I'm Anthony. I got y'all next time.